Thank you for viewing our video today. This gives you all the information for the Hospice at Home Christmas tree collection, which is taking place on the 7th of January, Monday the 7th of January. On behalf of Hospice at Home, we want to thank you for taking part in this appeal this year. Without you, it just wouldn't happen. I know there's many companies that are taking part that are self-sufficient, or there might be other people with vehicles that are helping, that have got the Hospice at Home volunteers that are sitting in with them. Whatever way you are helping, you are really making a huge difference. We're contacting you today because you've been nominated as the main person. You might be the driver, you might be the management within the company, or you may be the volunteer that are helping us on that day. If so, we'd really ask you to pass on this information to all that are involved. As you know, registration is happening now, and we've got lots of promotion out there in the community about this appeal, which is in its third year. We're really hoping this year that we can really collect up to 1,000 trees and beat the target, which was 500 last year, and we've increased the location areas to further around the outskirts of Carlisle, in Longtown in Brampton, over to Wigton and the Silloth area, down in Penrith and a lot of the Eden Valley, and over to Keswick. So we've really increased the location massively. As I say, couldn't do this without you. The registration closes on the 3rd, that's Thursday the 3rd of January. So at the moment there's lots of promotion encouraging participants to book their tree in now via the link, and you might have seen the link previously. If people haven't got the internet facility, please ask them to telephone the Hospice at Home telephone number, or pop into one of our shops in Wigton, in Penrith or in Carlisle, because they can manually add the person's information to the system. And again, on the day, if you do see anybody when you're out and about that say, could you take my tree, just to explain a little bit about this appeal, and actually if they kindly give you a donation for the charity, that would be fantastic, and we have some little receipts that you could give to those people. We're going to talk very briefly about the day. But you are going to have further information that arrive about this that's going to be sent in a pack, and it's also going to be emailed. But we just thought it was a little bit easier if we sent this message across to you like this. But the brief of the day, or how it should work, is that you will be receiving a map on Friday the 4th of January of your route, which will be up to 45 trees. Now, the idea is that you start off at number 1 and you look to see where that is, and it'll give the person's name, the address and the location of where the tree is. You then go with your team and you find the tree, pop it in the van, and one of the volunteers just puts a thank you card through the letterbox from Hospice at Home. If the tree can't be seen, then there will be a contact telephone number. Please give the member of the public a call. I'll just have a little look around the property, but please obviously don't go into any properties at all. If you just can't find the tree, if you just pop one of our special cards, which you will be receiving, through the letterbox, which is sorry, can't find your tree today. And we have to have a mop-up day at the end of the week. We're really hoping that there's not too many of these trees to mop up, because it is ideal to actually collect them on Monday the 7th. Now also in the you will need some instructions going forward, some health and safety instructions, and these will be sent in the pack that you're going to be receiving. Now they're going to be posted out, if not today, from tomorrow from the charity. So please have a read through this information. It'll have details in there for health and safety for the driver, a risk assessment that we've really got to do. It's got some information about going on to the recycling recycling sites. We're using 3 recycling sites, and really we'll be giving you information to go to your nearest recycling station. So in the north of Carlisle, we have the Northwest Recycling, which have been absolutely fantastic. We've worked with them for 3 years, and they're at near Rockcliffe, north of Carlisle. So sometimes it depends how big your vehicle is, but once you're full, you've got to really make your way to the recycling station, and you go into a weighbridge, they'll weigh you in, and they'll tell you where on site that you'll have to leave the trees, and then you go back through a weighing station. Now we're also at the Penrith area. We're using Flusco Recycling, which is just out of Penrith, and again, if you're from that area, we'll be giving you the postcode details when you get your map at the end of the week. That's on Friday the 4th. We'll give you the postcodes for each recycling station. So that's Flusco near Penrith, and again a very, very similar procedure. They will weigh you in, and as I say, onto site, and then you obviously off you go on your round again to collect more trees. The more trees collected, the better, obviously. And then we've got another gentleman that is going to be helping us out this year, and he's from Eden Woodlands, which is near Aketon, which again, that's going to be absolutely fantastic location for the west of Carlisle, and also from that Wigton and Silleth area. So not to bring all your trees back to this site here. Now also in the pack it will tell you about things that you do need to bring with you on the day and what you will need, and some are advised and some are essential. Please do read your packs, because what it does advise is that obviously hard boots are really essential. Fluorescent high-vis jackets must be worn by everyone at all times. That's the drivers, that's all volunteers. It's an absolute must at the recycling stations, as well as being out and about on the streets to make sure that you are seen. Also, gloves are an essential items, because trees are very prickly. Goggles are advised, but not for everybody. And also clippers to clip trees down when you put them into the vans are really very helpful too, especially if you do get a really large tree. Sometimes on the notes you'll see that somebody's booked in a large tree, and sometimes they're booked in 2 or 3 trees. So again, everything will be coming to you in this pack that's going to be posted out today or tomorrow, other than the map, which will be emailed to you on Friday the 4th, probably early afternoon. It is fairly essential to print off the route, because although you can see that on your phones, if it does email across to a phone, as you can imagine, you're going to have the information for 45 trees with names, addresses, telephone numbers, where the tree is, how big the tree is. So actually printing off is an awful lot easier. And if you do print off, or obviously if that does come through by email, because of GDPR, General Data Protection Law, and this is operational, so you obviously do need that information for the day. We do ask you to obviously delete all that information by deleting the email or shredding all the paperwork after the day. Now again, I'm just going to go through the brief very much again, but our office is open now, and again we will have somebody in the office all day on the collection day, and actually from the 2nd of January the office will be open. So any logistical problems, any queries, any qualms, you're having problems finding, we really ask you to keep in touch with us all the time to let us know how you're getting on with the collection, because ideally we would like you out and about by kind of 9 o'clock in the morning, when it's bright and nice and bright and light, because we really don't want to be people to be in the dark collecting trees. And some of these recycling stations are closed by 3:30 in the afternoon, so it's really kind of up and about as soon as you possibly can. Keep in touch with us at the office. I'll give you the telephone number at the end. Our lovely Laura, who you may have spoken to, was going to be here with all the maps. She's going to have copies of all the maps if you've got any queries, any qualms. If you finish your route and you want to help another van, that would be absolutely fantastic, because we've got, I think for example, 18 vans out in Carlisle. I think 2 out in the Wigton and to the west. We've got a couple out in the Longtown area. We've got a couple down down in Penrith, and we've got another vehicle that's looking after Keswick. So if you can help and you finish your route and you do want to give another van a helping hand and take over, that is really important. But you need to keep in touch with Laura, who is sitting with lots of maps around her desk on that particular day. So I think I've covered everything. I mean, again, if this is a first for you, I know some of you have helped before, but if this is a first and you really do need some information and want to have a little chat with either myself, I'm Julie, or Laura, or Cara, or Barry, who you may have spoken to previously, please get in touch with us. We're in the office all week now until Friday, and we're also, as I say, going to be in the office from the 2nd of January. So we're here to help. I just want to say thank you for you, because ultimately, without you today helping us with this appeal, we cannot go on providing end-of-life care in our local community's own homes. And you are really making a tremendous difference. Your help by giving this day, your help, your advice, you know, your hard work, the volunteers, the companies, the drivers, everybody that is helping, you are really making a difference. And without you, we couldn't provide this care. So thank you for making a difference to local community who are really enduring some difficult and devastating times. Thank you.